we finally got some real information on Animal Crossing New Horizons. And wow, it's a lot. Let's get into it right now. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for stopping in again. Before we jump into this, I just wanted to say thank you all very much. We did actually hit our 600 subscriber goal, and we actually hit it a week early too. So like I said, I am gonna get a giveaway going for a $50 eShop gift card. I'll be putting out a video soon to tell you guys how you can enter to win that gift card. And depending on when you're watching this video, it may be up. So definitely go check the channel. Either way, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I did know if we'd be able to do it in just a month, but we did, and again, thank you so much. So, airports, castaways, Nook phone apps, crafting, the list goes on. We got so much information in this direct. I honestly didn't know how I was gonna put it all into one video, so I'm not. Yeah, instead of trying to cover all that, what I'm gonna do is just go over the things that really jumped out at me and the things that I am very excited for. I was already super excited for Animal Crossing, but after this direct, I absolutely cannot wait. As I've said before, Animal Crossing New Horizons will be my first Animal Crossing game, and from what it looks like, it's going to be an absolutely fantastic one to start with. So remember, I'm no Animal Crossing expert, so if something I'm saying is wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. So the first feature I want to go over, I'm not really sure what to call it as a feature. So we're gonna call it the no axes or shovels for friends on your island unless you want them to have them. Sounds good to me. So yeah, the first feature I really like is that if you have someone over to your island, if you're playing online with them or local co-op and they come to your island, unless they are marked as your best friend, they do not have the ability to use their axe or a shovel or anything like that. So they're not gonna be knocking down trees or doing any major damage to your island unless you give them the permission to do so. Like I said, you actually have to go in and make them a best friend for them to be able to do anything like that, which I think is fantastic. That's a great idea. Because honestly, if I bring somebody to my island and they start ripping up trees after I've spent so much time placing them exactly where I want them, I'm gonna get pretty upset about that. Yeah, so just a quick one to get us started here, but I definitely find that to be a very good feature. So another quick one I really liked was the bridges and staircases, or I guess slopes is what they're calling them. So there were some indications from photos and things we've seen that the game was gonna have 2 levels instead of just 1. And we did see some stairs in the background of a few shots as well. So it has been confirmed we will be getting stairs or slopes, whatever you want to call them, to get from the different levels of the land. Along with the slopes to get up, they're also including bridges to get over water areas as well. Obviously, I'm not sure exactly how long it's going to be into the game before you're actually allowed to start using some of this stuff. But until those come available, obviously we're going to have the pole vault, and they did show off a ladder as well. So that's going to be another way you're going to be able to get from level to level. There was one question I had about this, and I'm not sure if they mentioned it or showed anything about it. So my question is 2 the number of levels that we're gonna be able to go to, or can it be 3, or can it be 4? I'm no Animal Crossing expert, so I don't know if that's a thing or if it could be a thing, but I did wonder. When I saw the 2nd level, I immediately thought, okay, can there be a 3rd? Can there be a 4th? I don't know. Chances are we're probably not gonna get all that, but it would be cool. We'll just have to wait and see. So they also said in the direct that there might be some time where you wouldn't be able to progress forward, or you might need some help. At this point, that is when you would call the rescue service. When I first looked at this, it looked like you were only going to be able to use this just to get out of where you were at and back to your tent. But taking a second look, it looks like there's going to be multiple points on the map you're going to be able to go to. It might end up being a list of everyone on the island's house, along with some of the other major places. Now, exactly how many locations you're going to be able to have this rescue service take you to, we do not know yet. But I did notice something, and it looks like this is going to cost some bells for you to use. If you look at the footage they showed, before using the rescue service, he had 1,200 bells. But when he was dropped off in front of his door, he only had 700 bells. So either I'm looking into this way too deep, or it's gonna cost 500 bells to fast travel. After seeing this, I went back to look to see if it was something that had been in past games, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe this is a new feature, and one I'm definitely happy they included. Okay, so the next thing I understand is not a new thing to Animal Crossing, but again, I'm new, so it's new to me. But I'm really excited to see the expansions they talked about a little bit in this direct. A few stuck out to me in particular. So the first one that really stuck out was that the resident services tent will actually eventually become a big building and pretty much serve as like the town hall. Now the second one that really stuck out to me was the museum. Now doing a little bit of research and looking back at some other Animal Crossing games, I am aware that the museum is not a new thing, but wow, those museums did not look like this. Honestly, let's just stop for a second and talk about that. This game is gorgeous. This game looks so good. I mean, it's so simple, but it just looks amazing. I can't get over how good it looks. But yeah, this museum looks like it's going to be a spectacular place to be. So yeah, those are the two that jumped out at me. But honestly, I'm just really excited to see this whole town evolve over time. Again, for like the 5th time, this is my first Animal Crossing game, and I don't know why. I've honestly just never even had an interest in it at all. A little bit of it might be that I started this channel and I kind of need to pay attention to everything that's going on. That might be it. But honestly, I think even if I wasn't doing this, I would still be very excited for this game. But we're getting off topic, let's keep rolling. So a lot of the rest of the stuff in this video is kind of tied together, but I think this next thing might be my favorite thing, just because so many of the other things that I really love revolve around it, and that is the airport. So not only is it the place where you start the game, but the day after you arrive on the island, you can actually go back in there, hop on a plane, and leave and go to one of your friend's islands. Or you can send your friend an invitation and they can hop on a plane and come to your island. And not just you two. You can have up to 8 people on one island at the same time. Now obviously to be able to do this, you're either gonna have to be in the same room to do it with local wireless play, or everyone is gonna have to have the Nintendo Switch online service, your own Switch, and your own copy of the game. So the next thing I want to talk about is the Nook mileage program. This also ties to the airport, but we'll get back to that in a second. This I absolutely love. So this is an app on your Nook phone that helps you find and keep track of activities to do on the island. By doing these activities, you earn miles. And this is the real kicker. So instead of paying off your house with bells like you would in every other Animal Crossing game, you can actually use these miles to pay off your house. Well, they said you can pay off the cost of the giveaway package, but I feel like that's kind of like your first mortgage sort of in the game anyway. I may be wrong, but either way, the miles to pay for it instead of the bells, I think that's super awesome. So not only that, but you can also use the miles for in-game purchases, including things like the tool ring, which looks like it's going to be a really great thing to quick change through tools and just streamline gameplay. Another thing they mentioned was Nook Inc. merchandise, and then a few things I saw on the list were things like hairstyles and hair colors, but there was one other thing at the very top of the list that leads me to the next thing I am very excited about. So if you look at the very top of the list, you're gonna see something there called a Nook ticket. These can be used at the airport. See, I told you I'd get back to the airport. For mystery tours. I don't think they're actually called mystery tours. Maybe they are mystery tours. I don't know. If I'm way off, I'll put it right here. Back to what I was saying. So basically these mystery tours are gonna take you to small islands, which I'm guessing are randomly generated. Now on these islands, you're gonna be able to explore around, find new materials, new creatures, and a whole lot of other type of things that you just can't find on your own island. It looks like you actually might be able to go to these islands and recruit people to come back to your island too, which is also very cool. This was kind of a big one for me. It really showed the variety of what they're actually going to do with this game. One thing I was a little bit worried about when it came to Animal Crossing New Horizons, which has actually been addressed in several ways now, was what happens if you get bored with your island? We've already talked about the fact that you can leave and go to your friend's island and hang out there and do what you want. So now not only can you leave and go there, you can also leave and go to these random islands whenever you want. Well, as long as you have a Nook ticket. I think this is an absolutely fantastic idea. It's really awesome that they give you the option to just leave and, you know, just go visit a random place for a while and then just come back home. So yeah, I love it. It's a great idea, and I'm probably going to be using that feature a whole lot. Going along with the whole idea of what I was just talking about with being able to, you know, change things up, they've actually included another way you can do that. And this one is a game changer. Literally a game changer. In New Horizons, eventually, at some point in the game, you will be given permits. Now, I may be wrong, but it looks like there's gonna be 2 of these permits. And the first one is for something that we've seen in trailers before, and it's to lay down the path. Once you get your island completely decked out, you'll get the permit, and then you'll start laying down these paths. But that's not really the one I want to talk about here. The other permit that you get actually lets you take away land and add it to any part of your island that you want. You can make new waterways, you can cover them up if you want, you can even just take out the second level of some places if you want to. This is absolutely huge in my opinion. I may be wrong, but it seems to me like once you get that, if you want to, you can completely change the layout of your island if you want. I mean, that's crazy. Now, I've seen a lot of people compare this to Minecraft, but I honestly wouldn't know because Minecraft is not something that I play. But I've got to say, with all the information we have here, it's very hard for me to see any situation where a hardcore Animal Crossing fan is gonna get bored with this game anytime soon, maybe ever. And I still haven't even talked about all the seasonal things and the fishing tournaments and everything else that they've mentioned in this direct. There was so much. This really was a great direct. It was an awesome direct. I think it was one of the best ones we've had in a while. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself because obviously I want to save the judgment for the review, which obviously I will be doing, but it seems like Animal Crossing is getting the Breath of the Wild treatment here. Mario got it, Smash got it, obviously Zelda got it, Pokemon didn't get it, but there's a whole nother video for that if you want to watch that. But the point I'm trying to make here is it looks like they really did take Animal Crossing and move it forward. Like this is the next evolution of the series. And I am so excited. But there is one more thing we have to talk about. And I am not happy about it, and it's probably not hard for you to figure out what I'm talking about here. Obviously, I'm talking about the issue with the cloud saves. In my opinion, this is complete stupidity on Nintendo's part. Doing something like this is pretty much them standing in their own way of making money. Not to mention, it's a real pain for the rest of us to deal with. And not only are they not gonna let us use cloud saves to back up our island, we are also not allowed to transfer it from one Switch to another. Now, if there's some information I'm missing, correct me in the comments, but as I know it and the way I understand this, this is absolute stupidity. There's no way around it. This is just dumb. The only thing this will do is keep Animal Crossing fans from buying a new Switch. That's all this is gonna do. And as Nintendo has stated themselves, that's their business model. They want us to buy more Nintendo Switch units. They want more than one Nintendo Switch unit in every house. Now, why would I go buy another Switch if I can't move my Animal Crossing saves over to that Switch? I mean, that is a very tough thing to do. You're telling me that you expect someone to put in, let's just say, a year, maybe 2 years of work into something like this, into an island that they've got literally thousands of hours in. You're not gonna let them move that to a new Switch that you want them to buy. You want them to buy this new Switch, but you want them to leave their Animal Crossing saves behind. Absolute stupidity. Now, they did say they're gonna provide some service for people who have lost or broken their Switch, but I'm sorry, that doesn't cut it. That just does not cut it. There's absolutely no reason we should not be able to back up these Animal Crossing saves. Some other games out there, yeah, I get it. This is Animal Crossing. We're not talking about Pokemon, we're not talking about Smash, we're not talking about any type of competitive type of game at all. It's Animal Crossing. And now, even in my situation, I am a multiple Switch owner. So now, I actually have to choose which Switch I'm gonna play this game on because I can't play it on the other one unless I wanna start an entirely new island, which I don't. My biggest problem is most of the time when I leave, I take a Switch Lite with me. And that's probably gonna be the majority of the time that I will be playing Animal Crossing. But if I go that route, that means I'm not gonna be able to experience this game on this TV unless I start a completely new island. I just cannot even believe that we are having this conversation right now. This makes absolutely no sense. Nintendo, you have to fix this. This is something that cannot be done going forward. And you know, it hasn't happened as often, but Nintendo is notorious for this type of just weird why type of thing. You know what I mean? Like the last one, Mario Maker 2. You could play online, but you couldn't play online with your friends. Again, another situation where that just makes absolutely no sense. There's been a ton of backlash about this, so I'm hoping that the same thing happens here and they alter this service or whatever it is that they're trying to provide us and let us just back up our island and move it to whatever Switch we want when we want. All right, anyway, with all that said, I'm still really excited to play this game. I can't wait. From what we've seen, it looks like it's gonna be really good. Obviously, we'll have to wait till we get our hands on it to find out, but from what we know now, I don't think we're gonna be disappointed. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for this one. I did wanna quickly remind you there is a video either up or going up about how to enter the giveaway for the eShop gift card. I'll make sure to get a link below and at the end of the video so you guys can definitely get there. Thank you guys so much. I know 600 isn't a lot, but it's double what we had a month ago. And honestly, I didn't know if we were gonna be able to make it, and you guys made it happen. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, with all that said, please leave a like on this video, make sure you get subscribed, and we will see you in the next one.